In a world separated by political ideologies, a severed country divided into the nations of For Stellas and Anya exists in nowhere near perfect harmony. These two rival nations, which holster uncanny similarities to Germany after the World Wars, fight a war behind closed doors. The only thing keeping these doors from busting at the seams is our main protag, Spyman. Spyman works around the clock behind the scenes to espionage his way to keeping the false sense of peace. Spyman, aka Lloyd, codenamed Twilight, is the best in the Western biz at spy work. As such, he's been tasked with the hardest mission there is: starting a family. At first glance, one may overlook this as an excuse for an overly complicated story involving a family of characters going on adventures while learning to open up to others. And in most cases, you're right. But come on, you can't tell me you don't enjoy watching Spy Dad look over his psychic daughter while his drunk assassin wife attempts to kick his head off like it's a teed-up baseball. Back to the overly stressed Spy Man, currently on a train into Anya territory, aka Warsaw, Germany. He's tasked with finding a child and wife within a 2-week period so that he can admit her into a specific big brain school where all the creepy bad men send their children. Task 1 is complete after visiting an orphanage and finding what he indicts as a smart girl, which didn't take much convincing on her part, as all she needed to do was solve a crossword puzzle by reading his mind. This little psychic orphan kid is named Anya, and Spyman is not aware of her abilities. Anya has seemingly duped the best spy around by simply giving him the answers he wanted to hear, just like I do when applying for any decent job. She's obviously not 6 years old and is not a smart cookie, but we love her anyways. With family member 1 secured, it is now time to find a mother. Finding a mother/wife would turn out to be a difficult job for our spy man, but not as difficult as when your daughter snoops through your stuff and accidentally ushers a platoon of ops into your house, resulting in her capture. This problematic situation is easily disposed of because, well, he's the best spy. The hunt for a cool wife can now continue. As luck would have it, at a local tailor, thanks to Anya's wrist support, Lloyd is able to secure a date with a lovely woman, who is also an assassin, by the way, but that's not important, guys. She's a good mom. Yor has been looking for a husband because she is currently a target for unwanted attention, which could get in the way of her preferred line of work. In this mid-70s era, it would appear any woman over 25 who's not married is apparently a spy, according to public hysteria, and we all know how trustworthy public opinion can be. Before his dinner party date with Yor, Lloyd is instructed with stopping a criminal art deal that is currently going on in the Bay, inevitably fighting off a group of more than 20 individuals, all equipped with heavy weaponry. Takes more than just a few minutes, and he runs late to the party. This leads Yor to think she's being ditched, and she starts to feel sad. This in turn awakens the sleeper agent inside of me, as I've sworn to protect the hopes and dreams of the people, and this woman is a prick who needs to be slapped. Before I get too upset though, Spyman Hunk saves the day and makes the party, although with an obvious concussion and fractured bone. After rizzing up the guests and Yor even more, Lloyd pops the question to Yor if she'll be his wifey, which is met with an astounding yes during a backroom brawl with Lloyd's psychiatric patients. A grenade pin takes the place of a ring for the new couple, a very suiting symbol for the wild life they both have. As Yor settles into the house and meets Anya, Lloyd starts to make preparations for their interview at the bad man's school. Unsurprisingly, they are not ready for this interview. To get in the mind of rich people, Lloyd takes his family out to do rich people things, like going to operas, museums, taking pictures, and dropping on a handbag thief like it's Arkham Knight. Way to teach morals, Lloyd. A+ job. The following day, the Forger family goes off to the interview where they hope to rizz up the big-time school dudes into letting them in. Of course, with their style and innate ability to be prepared for anything, they pass into the exam with flying colors despite the random setbacks they encounter. For instance, a herd of angry farm animals. Their classy ability to do crazy shit and still be elegant strikes a chord in this old guy's heart, winning him over. Once in the interview room though, they must win over the two other school dudes. One is rather nice, the other a complete wad of bird shit who needs to be bent over backwards, and yeah, he kinda sets Lloyd off. Refusing to listen to this trash bag of a human any longer, the Forgers dip, and Classy Man gives Trash Bag the old 1-2 right to the jaw. In the aftermath of the subpar interview, Anya is able to just barely scrape into the college, but this is nonetheless a win. Thank you, Classy Guy. To celebrate, Lloyd grants Anya her wish of living an episode of her favorite show, Bond Man. This has nothing to do with her father's occupation. In a series of trials, Lloyd Man must rescue Anya from Scruffy Head. After fighting off the entire entire West Stellas spy force and his aggressively drunk hallucinating wife. He saves little Anya and they have a cute father-daughter moment. The following day, Anya prepares to attend the college in which the bad men's children go to by picking up her uniform with her mom. Ironically, we are told seconds before that kids in these uniforms are targeted for kidnappings because the school is for rich kids, and Anya is taken. Yor puts an end to the shenanigans by shattering a man's skull and threatening to do more if these goobers don't start running. Well done, Mom. At the entrance ceremony, we are introduced to some key bad men's children, which Anya takes upon herself to become friends with them to help old dad out. This goes all well till Anya obliterates any dignity this boy had, all in just cause he is a little prick. She does make a different friend out of the situation though, so I guess it's a +1 bonus at least. In the end though, it all works out because this little dude starts catching feels for our girl. Bit of a sadist. Switching gears from Anya's underperforming school life, sorry Anya, Yor's brother makes his first appearance at the Forger's household, and it turns out just like everyone else in this series, he is hiding something as well. Yuri attempts to dig out dirt on Lloyd in a dance-like interview, but the secret policeman is no match for the best of the West. More so because Yuri loses his sense of logic when it involves his sister, and he holds wine about as well as her. That is to say, not so well. He ends up asking them to kiss to prove that their love is not a farce, and on the precipice of the smooch, Yor just can't bring herself to do it, and she reels back for a bitch slap, which connects and sends Yuri to the moon. Twice, that is. In a drunken, highly concussed state, Yuri admits defeat and dips out for the day, vowing to return and prove that Lloyd is a trash can. Although with this guy, I'm not sure it's possible. He's too cool. A few days after this incident, Anya's school is holstering a dodgeball tournament that is rumored to have a prize of a Stella, the object of desire for Lloyd, as 7 are needed to be earned by Anya so that he can get into the exclusive party that is the only social gathering the main target attends. Since all the children want to be cool and have a star, the competition will be fierce. Enter in my all-time favorite character, Big Poppa. While Big Poppa, aka Bill, looks like a full-grown man baby, he is, yes, actually 6 years old. Papa must have given him the juice. Big Poppa dominates the court, and it comes down to Anya to take the dub or be murdered by a ball traveling at the speed of light. Damien takes a body shot for Anya in the name of love, and it's up to Anya to pull off the winning shot, which she inevitably chokes. That is all okay though, cause it turns out that the Stella was just a big rumor. In spite of this though, Anya and Lloyd are adamant to earn the first of many Stellas, so in an attempt to work towards one, they try all the possible ways to obtain it. After failing miserably at all of them, Anya accidentally earns it by saving a drowning boy. Well done. As a result for her hard work, Lloyd offers to get her a present, to which Anya states she wants a super cool dog, and so their search begins. But before that arc can start, our cute family spends the day at the aquarium, where overworked spy man still can't catch a break and is forced into working another mission, and so it goes. The hope on this outing is to prove to their neighbors that they are a good family, and that Lloyd is in fact not cheating on his beautiful wife. Pipe down, you lifeless house moms. Get a hobby or something. Your gossip adds less to this world than American culture. Lloyd foils the secret message handoff, Anya distracts the bad man, and Yor turns bad man's job into a 50-piece puzzle. Happy ending. Now back to more important matters, the Forgers go on a hunt for a cool doggo. Out of Lloyd's hand-picked selection, Anya doesn't vibe with any of the choices for reasons I can't quite put my finger on. Coincidentally, in tandem with their search, there's a terrorist operation going on to bomb the West Prime Minister, using experimental big brain dogs as the bombers. Anya gets an ear on this and attempts to save Big Fluffy Doggo from the terrorist scum, while her mom freaks out because she just lost her daughter, and her pop plays catch up trying to find where and how the terrorists plan to pull off their plan. Quite the setup. Mr. Inu is a fluffy boy that can see into the future. Since Anya can read his thoughts, he shows her that her father is in danger, and the two of them attempt to shake the terrorist and tell her dad about the danger. Yor sees Anya being chased by the terrorist hoodlums and takes it upon herself to take away their ability to walk. Anya and Dog are able to write a warning message for Lloyd to find, avoiding the crisis of the rigged door that almost killed him. Lloyd stops the bomb dogs and knocks out the kingpin. Happy ending. And look, we got a dog. His name is Bonnie. As Yor still tries to learn to cook edible objects, Anya continues to barely scrape by in the classroom. While Operation Get Damien to catch feels for her are in full swing, if she can't pass her classes and gets kicked out, it doesn't really mean jack shit. Lucky for her, Uncle Yuri is a great tutor. As luck would have it, thanks to her reasonably decent tutor and her immense lack of knowledge, on top of her inability to cheat during the exams, she's able to score straight 30s on her test, which is just enough for her not to get the boot. Moving forward, Anya shadows Lloyd for the day on his job for a school project. This leads her to meet another quite unique spy woman. It appears that spy woman is madly in love with spy man, but she keeps these feelings buried deep down, though her actions make it pretty clear what her true intentions are. She attempts to overthrow Yor as the mom for the family mission, but but Anya is having none of that. No Ice Queen is stepping in and replacing this ray of sunshine and sometimes sadistic violence. Realizing her plan to replace is not going all too well, Spy Woman retreats into the shadows, returning just 2 days later for a combined op with Lloyd. Spy Man and Woman must infiltrate an underground tennis gambling ring in which they must win a tournament against former professionals, roided out macho men, and cheating shitbags so that they can claim a prized art piece that holds top secret information that they must keep from being discovered. Having never played before all but 2 days ago though, this seems like a difficult mission with a low success rate. That is except for the fact that Spy Man can do literally anything, so game is set and match. Following the accomplished mission, Lloyd and Ice Queen run into Yor and Anya, to which Ice Queen challenges Yor to a tennis match that will somehow prove that Ice Queen is the better fit for a mother. How she jumped to this conclusion is beyond me. Yor sets up for the first serve, which ends with the ball turning into a pile of diced onions. Now her second serve though has just enough power to break the sound barrier. Ice Queen is unable to recover from this. A few days later, Yor starts getting self-conscious of herself and starts to believe that she isn't a good mother or wife and that Ice Queen would be a better fit for Lloyd. Lloyd takes her out to help rebuild her confidence in her ability, but Yor's drunk tendencies come out once more and Lloyd's on the floor in minutes. They share a heartwarming conversation once he regains functions, so mission is still a success. It turns out that the big brain super selective social gathering that happens twice a term is upon us. Although Anya has yet to meet the requirements for the forges to attend, still sitting at one Stella, it provides a great opportunity to do some reconnaissance before the day inevitably comes. Lucky for Spy Man, Damien has convinced his father to meet with him before the gathering starts. Desmond, aka the scary evil bad guy that Lloyd needs to get close to, makes his first appearance, and Spy Man does a somewhat questionable move of stealing this rare father-son time by inserting himself into the conversation to begin to establish a connection with the bad man. After a brief exchange, he steps out so that the father-son time can continue, albeit very short-lived, though it seems to satisfy Damien. When Lloyd returns home, Anya is already conked out on the couch, muttering about fighting the big boss with Pops, and that's where we close for the season. Be sure to stay tuned for the second inning. We all know there'll be one. Check Patreon. I love you. Johnny.